don't know, she's like, sorry.
Yep, are we all set now?
Yep. You can go ahead.
Okay, I'd like to call the meeting to order. Proceed with the roll call and then the Pledge of Allegiance.
Elma Burr. Linda Nasra.
Suzanne D'Onofrio.
Jan Kopchik.
Susan Patsy.
Harriet Clancy.
I pledge allegiance to the
flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Are there any revisions to the minutes from last week's or last month's meeting?
I just saw one tiny little typo. The section where Harriet talks about the GBTA having additional destinations, it said transportation to doctor or dentist appoints, and it should be appointments.
Okay.
That was it. Very simple one.
Thank you.
Any other
No.
revisions? No? Okay, then I make a motion to approve the minutes. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motions are approved. Okay, and we have a couple of people who would like to speak,
I
so
didn't get on the list, please.
the meeting already started, it went around, so.
Well, we asked him, and he didn't sign because the lady in the white jacket asked him would he like to sign, and he didn't get up to sign.
Okay, so the first person will be Nancy.
I just always enjoy the opportunity to say something, but I have nothing to say except thank you.
Okay, thank you. Then we'll go with the next person, which would be Gloria Lanham.
I'm glad to be here, and if something comes up while we're talking, then I'll say something.
Okay. Roberto Cortez.
Yeah, I feel the same way as Gloria and my other candidates here. If something comes up that needs to be acknowledged, I'll be more than happy to say something.
Okay.
Thank you.
Next person is Robert.
Yep.
Then let me just get this down so you don't miss your 3 minutes.
I'm not gonna go that long.
Let me give everybody the same opportunity.
Is everybody supposed to sign the attendance?
No.
No.
No. Oh, okay.
This is just if you feel the need that you wanted to sign up and speak about something that's going on in the...
I'm just wondering why we are, we have a camera here now.
We don't know.
We don't
We're
know why.
wondering the same thing, sir.
Yeah?
It's a public meeting, so
It's not the answer to the question, though.
No.
That doesn't answer why.
And
there are people that can't make a 4 o'clock meeting, and so they're interested to be able to see the meeting, so.
Where would they be able to watch it?
What's that?
Where are they going to be able to watch it?
Probably YouTube.
YouTube. Okay. So maybe I need.
where's she from?
Where are you from?
I'm a private citizen in town.
This World Wide Web. Do we have permission to do that?
No, I mean, somebody's like this.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
That it? Nothing else?
That's
Okay. Then we'll move on to the treasurer's report.
All right, this is a financial summary, period ending February 28th, 2015. For the 8 months ending February 28th, 2015, Stern Village and Stern Center have an overall profit for the period of $25,500. All of our current vendors have been paid except for our pilot payments. Our cash position is healthy at this present time. The village current cash position has approximately $26,619, and the center's cash position is $21,222. In the village and the center, we have reduced our vacancies. There has been some capital expenditures this period. We repaired some water pipes for the sprinkler system in the center. Thank you.
Thank you. There's no questions at this time. There's no questions. You had your chance to sign in. Right now, we just move on to the next.
It just went to
Speak up a little louder.
Yes, they did. When you went to ask him to sign up He said, no, not
I
yet.
didn't say no.
No, that never happened.
You didn't
Okay.
ask him to sign? Yes, you did ask him
We're
to
gonna
sign.
go,
Okay.
we're gonna go on to
Thank
these,
you.
we're going on to the next executive director report. That would be, Harriet?
Okay, first of all, I want to acknowledge the 5 members of a 9-member member advisory board. This is a committee for the development and rehabilitation of Stern Village. We've been meeting with these people regularly, been meeting with all the residents regularly. Everyone who attends my meetings should know exactly what is going on with the revitalization and rehab. In fact, our minutes will be posted tomorrow from our last meeting. So I just want to let you know that the members, we have 9, and today Bob, June, Roberta, Gloria, and Nancy were able to attend today's meeting, so we thank you very much for that. Okay, so Thelma gave you pretty much an overview, and as she said, there's an overall gain of approximately $23,500 for Stern Village and Stern Center. Currently, our reserve balance is over $1,460,000, which is approximately $6,579 for each unit in the entire complex. Our overall cash position as of February 28, 2015, shows a balance of $1,434,000, including our investment account. As of February 28, 2015, we have accounts payable of approximately $39,873, including our pilot accrual. And we'll be continuing to further look at other projects to improve our facility within the realm and affordability of, need and obviously security. Let me just continue with my report. We do not have any vacancies in Stern Village. We are completely full. We have 2 vacancies that congregate, and we're going to be meeting with some people this week and next week, to see if they are interested and if they are a good fit for the congregate. We have a new alert system. Residents will now hear my voice rather than a recorded one. So when the phone rings, you're going to hear a number that says 411, 411, 4111 will appear. After you hear the recording, you can even play it back on a specific number to hear the recording if you missed it. So all the information about the new system should have been handed out. Every single resident should have a copy. It's also going to be in the April newsletter, as well as we should have copies over there. If not, Heather could make them. So I hope you enjoy the system. I'm looking forward to feedback. Is Paulette here? Paulette. Every Wednesday, Paulette goes to Stop and Shop and gets different types of pastries and bread and what have you. And this is for our residents that are in need. The residents have appreciated this. It's been very helpful. And when we do get funding for our brand new community center, we'll be able to have a larger food pantry. In fact, some of the residents are so kind, they even asked if they can contribute canned goods and things for residents in need.
Yes.
And I thought that was that just shows how wonderful, most of the residents are in our community. As you know, we are working nonstop on preparing the funding round for the revitalization and rehabilitation of Stern Village. I want to thank the residents that were here when CHFA visited us and met with Bruce, Frank, Neil, and myself. I mean, you made a wonderful showing. They enjoyed meeting with you, and it was great to see everyone engaged in these activities. Let's see. As you know, there are different funds of money that we're looking into for this project to get funded. We've talked about it over and over and over again. We have the RAPs, we have CHFA. They also mandated that we get low-income tax credits. I want to talk about that when we have new business. I introduce Attorney Scaramoza to you. We're also looking at United Illuminating to provide additional support and incentives to offset the budget, and these energy incentives are going to be doors, windows, insulation, heat pumps, besides all the new appliances that you will get. We're also looking at the Green Bank that's part of Connecticut Energy to see if they can help with solar. Because one of the ideas is that this brand-new community center, not a room anymore, a center, and the 2-story resident building will be powered with some solar. Now, we've also asked the town of Trumbull to help us. In fact, I want to read you a wonderful letter from First Selectman Tim Herbst. Now, as you know, as I talked about, the application for the funding round is yay big. And that means that several pieces of information go into that. Okay, letters of commitment that we've gotten for people that come here and speak and help us with our well care programs, the town nurse, the counseling center. Everyone has been more than kind to help us move this project forward. So we have a wonderful pilot program, and I've explained that over and over again, that as a Trumbull resident, like myself and like the board, we know that our taxes to Trumbull do not pay for anything for Stern Village, okay? You as residents do not pay taxes. We pay taxes called pilot payment in lieu of taxes in order to get the town services that we get. And the town has been great. You know, anytime there's a sewer backup, they come. They will help with the roads. They've been great with the plowing. I mean, I can't say anything more about it. However, so I have a letter, again, from Tim Herbst, our first selectman, that says, "Dear Sir or Madam, I have been advised that the operator and owner of Stern Village," I won't read all of it, "the Housing Authority of the Town of Trumbull, THA, intends to apply to the State of Connecticut Department of Housing and the Connecticut Housing Finance Authority for financing and other sources of funding in order to undertake the redevelopment of the property. Stern Village participates in the state of Connecticut's elderly rental program and is a valuable asset for the town of Trumbull. The proposed redevelopment project is long overdue, and the operational viability of the entire property is clearly at risk if the project does not occur soon. Therefore, the town of Trumbull endorses the application and fully supports the redevelopment project, which involves a moderate rehabilitation and modernization of 168 rental units, the construction of a new community center, the construction of 18 new rental units, and other improvements to the property." And then he cites different Connecticut statutes about our pilot agreement, which equals 3% of net shelter rent. And he pretty much says that the town will continue to honor the provisions of this agreement. I am eager to assist the THA in its pursuit of the resources to undertake the project. Please call me if I can help you review and consideration of THA's application in any way. Sincerely, Timothy M. Herbst, First Selectman.
Very good.
Okay, so I want to give that to you. That's about it for now.
Okay, thank you, Harriet. We have no unfinished business. We do have new business, and as Harriet said, as part of the revitalization and rehabilitation of Stern Village, CHAFA and DOH has requested that we seek 4% of low-income housing tax credits. In order to get these credits, we must create specific entities. These entities will be used to effectuate the transaction to obtain the tax credits from the IRS. So is that when Jim is going to?
Yes,
Jim?
in fact, I'd like to introduce you to Attorney James Scaramoza.
Where is he? Oh, there he is. Okay.
Jim, want to come a little closer maybe over here?
No, do I have? No.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever you like.
Okay, whatever you want to do.
So, just to give you a summary of what the folks are talking about and what the state agencies require, is that we form these entities, what's called a limited partnership, which has as its general partner a corporation, and this entity will receive the tax credits if it's awarded to you. We're already in negotiations with the tax credit investor. What the Housing Authority will be doing is ground leasing this land, and the improvements actually be conveyed over to this other entity for a period of time, in which case then the money will go to the limited partnership, the loans, the subsidies, the grants, the tax credits, in order to effectuate the rehabilitation of your village, of your residents, of your community, of your homes. This is a very standard way of doing it. My firm and I have been involved in these for over 25 years. As you know, you have an excellent board of commissioners, fantastic executive director, excellent staff, and you yourself residents very interested in it, as I understand. So it's a process which will take time. It will require a lot of collaboration and teamwork. But from my humble perspective so far, I think it's been an excellent team. With Bruce Whitaker and Frank Stellato, two of Millennium, who perhaps some of you have met. And I'm happy to answer any questions you have. That's a very thumbnail overall view or summary of the deal. Any questions? And please don't hesitate. I don't mean to give broad strokes. I'm happy to answer anything specific. Please. Oh, okay. I was getting excited. Questions? Yes.
I just wondered why you have the dissolution date of 2076? Why is that date?
For the limited partnership, usually we pick a date that is at least concurrent or coincident with the period of restrictions, and the investor typically likes to see a certain number of years. It can go longer than that. I think the restrictive period is going to be at least 30, and I'm not sure what the application may go even further than that. So we want to make sure the partnership is in existence as long as there are loans outstanding, and as long as there's restrictions on the land records in terms of affordability. But that's a, there's no magic to that. We typically pick 60 plus 1 year. But the investor, when they come in, sometimes they amend the partnership and say we'd like to go longer or shorter, depending on what are called projections. So that's our just usual rule of thumb, 61 years. But sometimes it changes, and it can change. Anything else? Anybody else? Harriet?
I think, Jim, you might want to discuss that even though we're setting up these partnerships, everything remains the same. The THA will not lose control. The board will still manage the Trumbull Housing Authority. I will still run the day-to-day operations, manage it. Neil will also be here. So
Right.
It's not like, as rumors are said, that we're having some developer come in and take over everything. That's just nonsense. That's not happening.
Right. In point of fact, in the letters we've gotten from various potential investors, they specifically identified the housing authority as the developer. You are the developer. You are going to be what is called in the tax credit world the sponsor. You're in charge of it. You're going to be giving guarantees. You're going to be front and center on this deal. You're going to be the ground lessor. You're going to be leasing the land, but you're going to be subject to a lease agreement with the partnership that we're creating. You will have an affiliation with that partnership. It's not going to be a disinterested situation, if you will. So yes, you'll have control, you'll have input, you'll have influence, you'll have say. It's your project. So you'll be very much involved in it, front and center. It's required of you by the investors. They want the housing authority in the deal, and you are very much in this deal.
Amen.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And I've done many deals with other housing authorities and other nonprofits. That's always the case. You've got skin in the game, and they know that, and you have a lot invested in this. So you're in it. Up to your necks. I'm kidding. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. Anything else? Harriet? Anything else? I'm happy to answer any questions as the meeting goes on. I'm not going anywhere. They won't let me go anyway, so don't worry.
Jim, I think that I'm sorry. We always have another thing to say. You might want to mention that even though we're saying this stuff now, that this may be tweaked based on the syndicator investor of choice.
In terms of what now?
Well, I'm saying that sometimes, even though we're setting this up, there might be a couple of tweaks to.
Well, the Trumbull, everything should basically stay the same here. If I put my glasses on, that might help. The Trumbull Housing Development Corp., which is the general partner, will stay the same. You'll notice that we have as the initial stand-in limited partner the Trumbull Housing Authority. When the equity comes in, when this board, your input, has selected an investor, The investor will replace you as the limited partner and you will back out. That's what you want. You're not, the equity comes in a large financial investment by them, you go out, they come in. The only thing that might change, and we're getting input from the investor now, is what the board may look like in the development corp. They're looking for up to 7 members to be on the board of directors for various tax reasons. I'm not a tax lawyer. I know enough to be dangerous, but I have spoken to other tax lawyers to confirm that this is all valid, and it is valid. And so that might be the only thing that changes what comprises the actual board of directors. But this in itself, other than the Trumbull Housing Authority being substituted for by the investor, this should stay largely the same.
And Jim, we're going to be tax exempt, correct? We're going to go for that?
I do not know that you're going to do that, and probably not if that is going to, because what the investor typically wants to see is that the general partner be what is called a single purpose entity. So I think, unless you were planning to do other projects, I believe the investor wants to see that not only the partnership, but its general partner is solely and exclusively devoted to this project. We can certainly create a new entity if you folks want to do that, which is just as easy to create as this entity, and have that be an entity that seeks 501c3 status.
So you're saying is this entity...
The sales tax, I apologize.
The sales
Oh, I'm
tax,
sorry,
yes.
I thought you were talking about federal income tax.
No, sales tax.
What will happen is that we will make application with the Department of Revenue Services here in Connecticut, and that the applicant will in fact be the housing authority, you folks, because you as a tax exempt entity are entitled to, subject to getting a certificate, an exemption from sales and use taxes, which will help with your construction costs, which will help reduce your construction costs. So yes, we will be seeking that through the, I'm sorry, I misunderstood.
That's okay.
But yes, absolutely we'll be seeking that, because you as the operator, which is a defined term, are entitled to seek that. You're welcome, thank you.
Anything else, Eric? Do you have anything else to add? Okay, in that case, I make a motion to approve the formation and creation of the following 2 entities in order to undertake and facilitate the funding requirements for the revitalization and rehabilitation of Stern Village. The first entity will be the limited partnership named Stern Village Housing Associates Limited Partnership, to be the ground lessee under the Housing Authority of the Town of Trumbull. And the second entity will be the non-stock corporation named Trumbull Housing Development Corporation, which is the general partner of Stern Village Associates Limited Partnership. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion approved. Now, the next thing we have is the discussion of the Trumbull Housing Development Corporation. So, Harriet, I'll turn it back over to you.
As you know, that there are certain bylaws. Jim, you might want to talk about this a little bit, if you
I'm
want
sorry.
to. You want to talk a little more about the...
I have one.
Okay.
I'll pass it down.
Pretty much an overview, a quick overview about the bylaws for the...
Yes, oh, absolutely. Right, so the current bylaw, of course, you have a certificate of incorporation, which we filed at the Secretary of State's office to create this non-stock development corporation. As the residents, you have a bylaws, which are governance papers. We have to also prepare and have adopted bylaws, which we're going to have up to 7 directors, as I stated before, a certain number of officers, president, vice president, treasurer, secretary, and some other positions as will be created, which the bylaws allow for. And this entity will meet, will have regular meetings like you folks do, but it'll also have provision for special meetings, because at times this board of directors of this general partner are going to need to meet on a more periodic, regular basis to pass certain motions before them, commitments, contracts of that ilk. The limited partnership will be filing what is called a certificate of limited partnership at the Secretary of State's office to create that limited partnership, and we'll have what is called a partnership agreement. We use at my firm, as most firms do, a very basic 5-6 page partnership agreement, because when I recall I told you about the investor coming in as the limited partner for the Housing Authority, it will do what is called the amended and restated partnership agreement, which will be far more voluminous. I'm a little bit being a little bit facetious when I say this, but when it has about, with exhibits, it's like a 200-page document with exhibits included and schedules. But these documents that we are looking to have you ratify tonight or approve of are the formation documents and the governance documents. Okay? What is?
I'm just saying that everyone can see that. So Doug, you can take a picture of this too if you like.
Do you have anything else to add to that, Harriet?
No, I'm fine.
In that case, I make a motion to approve the certificate, incorporation, and the bylaws respectively of the Trumbull Housing Development Corporation. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay.
That's right.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion is approved. Right now, we're going to table the discussion and selection of directors to serve on the board of the Trumbull Housing Development until our next board meeting. Is there a second on that?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion approved. Okay, now we have the authorization of the Mayo Crow LLC.
Okay, so really, as you know, that the person that's going to take all these documents and make sure that they're, in other words, he's going to file them. Jim has to file these, okay, with Connecticut. So that's pretty much what this motion talks about.
We're authorizing him to act on our part
Yes,
to
thank you.
facilitate the entity.
Yes, thank you. We're authorizing him to take action necessary to accomplish what we're trying to do.
Okay, so I make a motion that our project council, Mayo Crow LLC, be authorized to take any and all actions necessary to accomplish the foregoing actions in the establishment and creation of those two project entities, and to file or cause to be filed all necessary paperwork with the Connecticut Secretary of State in conjunction with this, including the DRS, to obtain tax-exempt status for the Trumbull Housing Development Corporation. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion approved. Let's see, we also need to schedule a special board meeting for possibly April 6th. If that's good.
What day?
It's a Monday.
That's Easter Monday. I'm not sure if that means anything to anybody.
Or we can do Wednesday, April 8th.
Either day is fine for me. Monday's
Someone else.
Monday's better. How about
Oh, it's
What,
Easter.
are we still putting it at 4 o'clock?
The 8th
most
is
likely?
good, too.
Are you still considering it 4 o'clock?
Yeah, 4 o'clock. Is that
4
4
o'clock?
o'clock? 4 o'clock?
I don't know when.
April 6th? Is that good for everybody?
That's all right.
They don't know.
Tentatively, yeah.
Tentatively, yeah. Should be okay.
Okay, so let's set it for tentatively April 6th, which is Monday, at 4 o'clock.
Do you need a second on that? Or no?
No?
Just do what we'll hear. We can set it.
Can I ask something?
Sure.
Seeing as a committee here, could we get a copy of that video?
It'll be on the internet, so you can watch it anytime you want.
Well, how do you have the link?
Well, not everyone has the internet.
What's that?
Not everyone has the internet.
Does everybody have a way to play a digital video?
You could bring it here.
I do, yeah.
You could provide a copy for here.
I don't know. I mean, I don't have a lot of time to make lots of copies for everybody. It'll be on YouTube.
Well, can you make a copy one for here?
Can we have one
But
copy?
if you're
One
making one copy, why can't you make 2 copies, because you're here at the meeting,
I'm not making a copy, I'm putting it on the internet, so.
but you still can make a
So I'll see
copy?
what I can do. I'll see what I can do.
Because I feel like we should have a copy
There's
too.
a lot
We're all
of-
here.
A lot of information on it that we could
No, I
go
don't
over.
have, that's why I'm
Well,
speaking
maybe
up.
they could put
You
it
can
here
use
on
those
one of these
computers that are
computers.
right there.
That's right, and it'll be there on.
You can use the computers right there. That's
Trust
what you'll
me,
get.
when Doug, how you
Everybody knows
gonna,
how to
Doug,
run a computer.
excuse me, how are you gonna do this? Are you gonna send me a link or what?
Yeah,
You have my email address?
I can get it, I guess.
I'll give you my card.
And then this way Harriet will have it.
As soon as I have it, I'll make sure you have it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, then, that's the end. I make an motion to adjourn this meeting. Is there a second? All in favor? Aye. Motion approved. We're all set. Thank you.